Hello, this is Ed Crow. Today we're going to talk about hospital indemnity plans. Not as specifically focused on the benefits of them, but I'm going to talk about how to quote them. So I'm going to do a run through of the Pinnacle quote site. The site will allow you to quote and compare hospital indemnity plans. It also has a function for you to run hospital indemnity plans alongside Medicare Advantage plans. That's the way they're most commonly sold. Sometimes they're sold standalone or with a supplement. But more often than not, you'll see a hospital indemnity plan sold with an Advantage plan. So Pinnacle's quote site has a specific function to do that. I'm going to show you both. So we'll go through that now. By the way, we do record these webinars, so if you need access to the recording for future reference, just call us or email us and we will send it out to you. So first thing we're going to do is go to the Pinnacle site. So that is www. You really don't need the www anymore, but I guess I'm old, so I'm in the habit. www.pfsinsurance.com. Okay, that's the site. So you go to the Pinnacle site. You will need a username and password to access the quote site. If you don't have it, just call us 203-796-5403. Or you can email me, edward@crowandassociates.com or lisa@crowandassociates.com for the username and password. So this is Pinnacle site. We would go to the quoting tool and we'd go down to Medicare. We're quoting hospital indemnity plans today, but they're based off the Medicare quote engine. So click Medicare. Again, my computer is automatically logging in, but you will need a username and password to get in here. Anybody that works with us already has access. You might not know it, but you have access, and that can be provided to you. So just call us, and we'll give it to you. So that's pretty easy to do. So we went to the Pinnacle site, went to the quoting tab, went to Medicare. We're going to click for a Medicare quote. Now, here's where we could either quote Medicare Advantage plans and add the hospital indemnity alongside of it, or if we're just simply looking for hospital indemnity quotes, we could run them here. We'll do that to start. So click Run Hospital Indemnity. I'm just going to make up a zip code. I'll just use Florida 33602. Okay, Florida, we're quoting a 65-year-old female. Get quotes. Initially, what it's going to do is show you the company. These plans are very cheap because it's only showing the minimum daily benefit that you can have. If you want to tweak and change the daily benefit, you would have to compare at least two of them. So to do that, for example, we'll look at two common ones. We'll look at GTL. So we'll go GTL's 10-day benefit. Actually, I usually quote their 6, so maybe we'll do that. We'll go with Medico's plan, and we'll go with GTL's. I mentioned GTL because that is the one that is sold the most. Guaranteed Trust Life, that's really their niche, and they really know hospital indemnity plans well, and their plans go very well with Medicare, so I tend to use them. But for our purposes, Medico is a fine company too, but for our purposes today, we'll pick these two, and we'll click Compare Quotes. You could compare up to 4 of them for that matter, but okay, so here's your hospital indemnity. I picked the 31-day benefit for Medico. I picked the 6-day benefit for GTL. I tend to go with the 6-day benefit on GTL. There can be certainly an argument for the 10-day benefit. A lot of people like that, or even a 31-day benefit for that matter. I'm more familiar with GTL. That's the one I personally use, so that's the one I'm going to talk about. Comparing prices here isn't really fair because, again, Medico is quoting a 31-day benefit, but just giving you the idea here. So you can adjust the daily amount, the amount per day. With Medico, maybe we'll go with $300 a day, for example. GTL, let's go higher. It's only a 6-day benefit, so let's go $400 a day. So when you do that, it's automatically going to update the quote and the price. And again, it's a lower dollar amount with Medico, but that's a 31-day benefit, so makes sense. $47 a month, that's for $300 a day for up to 31 days of confinement. GTL is $36.86 a month. That's for $400 a day, but only for 6 days. I get this question a lot. Well, how once you use your 6 or 31 days up, is this done? No, it's per benefit period. So if somebody uses up their days, if they come out of the hospital for at least 60 days, a benefit period, the benefit will recharge on these companies, so you'll have another benefit. Also, the premiums on these plans do not go up. It's kind of like buying life insurance. Once you put the price in, once you're locked in at your age, the price will stay the same. But that's how you would tweak the daily benefit. If you want to look at a different amount, you just change it, and it will adjust automatically. So there you go. You can add benefits like ambulance benefits if you want. Maybe you want to do the $250 a day. It'll add it to the price. GTL, we go $250. Again, it'll add it to the price. It'll break out the components and add it in. My personal preference is I usually just quote straight hospital indemnity benefits on the GTL 6-day benefit that includes an outpatient stay, outpatient confinement stay. So, you don't need to add that back in. But some people certainly like to add other things like rehab or skilled nursing benefit, which, there's definitely a need for, but can get expensive. But that's up to you what you want to do. I just want to show you. If they have a lump sum cancer benefit, you can add it here. Medico has even more benefits. You see outpatient surgical benefit. You can add it here as well. GTL, an outpatient, like an observation stay, however, is built into their 6-day benefit, so you wouldn't have to add that separately. But that's how you would quote and compare these plans. If you want to make a PDF of it, you just click up here. There we go. And that'll make your hospital indemnity benefit comparison. You can share this with clients. You can certainly use this and show it to people, so there's no issue with that. Okay, so just a quick and easy on how to compare hospital indemnity plans. If we want to go back, certainly there were a number of companies. This will adjust to the companies available in the area you're quoting. And, everybody that's available, it's going to show you. If you wanted to add more to the mix here, you could. Maybe we want to throw Heartland's 10-day benefit in, for example. Add them, just click the compare button. It adds them over here. If you want to remove them, you would just X them out. But we throw them in there, we click compare. And there you go. So it throws them into the comparison. So just wanted to give you an example of that and how it works. We'll click the back button. Now, what if you wanted to put these up with a Medicare Advantage plan? Okay, so all we do is we go back for a minute. We'll get rid of this, go back to the Pinnacle site. So pfsinsurance.com, Medicare quote Advantage plans. So I'm not going to go to the hospital indemnity quote and run a quote there. I'm going to actually quote Advantage plans. I'll just pick a Connecticut zip, for example, put in the zip code. Okay, I'm going to run a quote. And this is how you're going to put a hospital indemnity plan alongside an Advantage plan. So we got to pick a couple Advantage plans. I'm just going to randomly pick a few here. UHC sounds good. I'll just pick 2. Aetna Elite. Okay, great. So I picked 2. I'm going to compare them. Okay, now, so here's the Advantage plans. First of all, if you want to show more benefits on the Advantage plan, click Show Additional Details. It'll give you a lot more benefits then to compare. How do you show the hospital indemnity portion with this? You click the Fill the Gaps button. So click that. It's going to ask you what you want. We'll just go 65-year-old female. We'll run the quote. Then we got to choose a company. We'll stay with GTL. We'll do GTL 6-day, add to comparison. And here you go. So what this will do is it'll show you the Advantage plans, and then you can add the hospital indemnity alongside of it. Makes for an easy sale. I mean, most people sell hospital indemnity along with Advantage plans, so this is a great way to do it. And same thing, you can put in your amounts, you can change your daily benefit, and choose what you want for the benefit of the plan. So it makes it pretty easy to do. there it is on your comparison. Let's see. We go to our daily amount. Go to 400, for example. And there you go. You put in a $400 a day benefit for 6 days, showing you the price of it. You can make a PDF of this to compare them all alongside each other. Makes it easy for showing hospital indemnity plans. Show you the PDF really quick. Here it is. There you go. And as you can see, I chose to up the hospital to 400 a day. That added the price in. Any other riders I would put in there, it would add in. So it makes it pretty easy. One thing I want to show you briefly is this will be confusing. Sometimes you'll quote the hospital and plan and it doesn't show any benefits. The reason being is if you compare, so again, we go back, we compare our 2 Advantage plans here. I just did it earlier when I was presenting this. So if I don't click the Show Additional Details button and just click Fill the Gaps, it's going to show me the hospital indemnity. I'll add it to I'll pick GTL again, add it to the comparison. Now, as I just did earlier, I was scrolling down and it didn't give me the choice of adding a hospital to change the daily benefit for the hospital. That's because you got to click the Show Additional Details button and then it will show up. So there's my ambulance that was there before, but now all the additional benefits will be there, including the ability to change and tweak the hospital daily amount. So a couple quick things about hospital indemnity plans. That isn't the point of this. It was just to show you how to use the site. But a couple quick things is GTL specifically, they have no underwriting for the 6 months before and the 6 months after the person turns 65. So that's a nice feature with them. They match it right up to your T65s, which is great, so they don't underwrite then. However, they still will have pre-X. So this kind of misunderstood sometimes where people think, well, they're within 6 months before or after of turning 65, no underwriting, no pre-X. Actually, there's no underwriting, but there is pre-existing conditions. So, if that person has a condition that they're being confined to the hospital for that they had when you signed them up, that can still be subject to pre-X. And again, on almost all these hospital indemnity plans, the benefit will recharge after 60 days out of the hospital. So it'll never exhaust the benefit. If they go in for, you got a 6-day benefit, they go in for 6 days or more, they're going to get paid out at whatever dollar amount you chose for 6 days. If they come out of the hospital then for 60 days or more and go back in, they'll have another 6 days. You could choose 10 days, you could use a different company and choose up to 31 days even for that matter, and they will recharge after 60 days. So that's it. Just wanted to give you a quick overview of how to use the site. And if you have any questions, again, feel free to give us a call. Be happy to talk to you about it. And appreciate you joining us today. Thank you.